Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to the library of Ruina, where today we have the final thing before I have caught up with the backlog that is Library of Ruina, and that thing is Chesed's realization. Now, what do I have ready to do Chesed's realization? The answer is pretty simple. First, I have a Chesed with it using Gloria, who has very expensive cards, as you can see on the side there. The reason for that is to combine it with Heart, because it's very effective, that. Next, we have Daniel, who is Badder, combined with a Rhino to make him very, very tough. And then we've got Madeline doing the exact same goddamn thing. Then, we have Chiromaster, using a Martina to do so much goddamn stagger damage it will be untrue. And then I have Nikolai, because of course you need Nikolai, because Nikolai's awesome. Nothing more to be said about that. So, without further ado, let us view the last story of the floor of social sciences. Say, Angela, is it really necessary to indiscriminately kill all the guests coming to the library just to collect more books? Looking at the power the library has gathered so far, we could easily... To get refined books in our hands, we need the emotions of our guests to be heightened above a certain level. To draw out their emotional tension, the guests are pitted against librarians in a battle of life and death, with something precious on the line. Refined books, huh? What do you think is considered precious by all people?
Their own lives, I guess.
Exactly. Being alive is a prerequisite to achieving anything. We're picking out people for their books at the cost of one's life. We still disagree with each other, I see. Are you still dwelling on what you did in Lobotomy Corp? How could I ever forget? I drove employees to death for the sake of energy refinement, even though we were more than capable of saving them. I miss that. She said that was all part of the script. It was devised to provoke your so caring and delicate heart. And I simply followed it as per obligation. You know... Why can't I speak today? What is wrong with me? You know now who to blame for all that, don't you? It's true. It's true. It was all part of the script. Then what's our excuse now? This is not the same as back then. Individual choice meant nothing in that corporation, but here, the guests that enter the library and meet their demise were all notified of possible risks and agreed to take all responsibility for whatever happened in this place. Nothing disgusts me more than talking about the past with you lot. I've had enough of this for now. Whoops, she ran off.
That was tense, huh? You sure are good at rubbing things in each other's faces.
And brewing coffee. Of course you are, she said.
Thanks to you, I realized how all the coffee I've drunk in my life was hot garbage. I don't think I'll ever bear to drink ordinary coffee again.
That's good to hear. Is it? Is it, city boy? I can't even do Roland's voice right now, I'm laughing.
I never imagined there could be such subtle differences in sourness and sweetness, or how that could bring out a deep taste.
See, you can savor the taste when you know more about it. Maybe the same goes for this world we live in. Perhaps we're just led to believe that the path ahead of us is all there is to it, because there's so little that we can see or learn. Just like the index obsessing over the prescripts and the fixers hanging on requests. Speaking of, does the index really not know where their prescripts come from? Like, completely oblivious?
Yeah. I don't think they have any idea.
Following orders without even knowing who gave them or for what reason. That's just bitter.
Can't be helped. The Index does seem extreme with their methods, but the whole city is operating based on some grand instructions coming out of nowhere when you think about it. One can't even be sure if the values they're pursuing are their own anymore.
Are you okay with the city staying like this way forever?
It's not a matter of being okay with it. It's a matter of survival. This is just how the world is, and we've got to live in it somehow. There's nothing we can do about giant streams created from people tangling with each other.
Sometimes I'm stricken with sorrow looking at the stories taking place in this city. Things that happened to my past self and his colleagues, and things we've done afterwards. I joined the effort to change the city because I didn't want to witness any more of that.
And how did that go?
As you know, the city did not change as we'd hoped. One can say that we caused even more trouble with the distortion. Think we got what we deserved?
Nah, that's just an obvious outcome, that's all. There's no way the city can change.
Really? Even if we learned why all the pain is perpetuated in the city?
If anyone actually wanted to know why the city ended up this way, no one would be dying to syndicates just because they didn't cough up some small pocket change in time. No fixers would be driven to death solely to fill out contractual obligations. No feathers would be spent like expendables by the wings. As if knowing why could actually prompt changes. Point is, knowing does jack to change things. I told you, the stream is just too big for individuals to do anything about it.
I'm not saying we're looking for immediate change. I know that we can't change things instantly.
What do you know about it then? What makes you think you can talk like it's so easy? Everyone just bears with it. They can't afford to do otherwise.
When will you stop running away?
Wow, you're being confrontational today, she said. I'm not running from anything.
Aren't you and Angela just lying to yourselves about it, though? That it can't be helped, that there's nothing you could do?
That's the truth. What else am I supposed to do? This is the city. There is no other option. The word promise is perhaps one of the most empty in this city. It's a privilege that only those with power can make.
But please, can't you just pretend that we never met? What the hell was that contract about then? You know breaking contracts and dropping your reputation means a death sentence for a fixer like you, right?
Read it again, carefully.
What's it saying? Sneaky bastards, pulling filthy tricks with words.
So why did you try to smuggle Ecaflim in the first place? We wouldn't have gotten into this if you hadn't done that.
I swear, I had no idea. I didn't know it was Ecaflim. And I didn't know it was meant to be delivered to O-Corp.
You know how we roll in this business. Next time, make sure to go through a contract office.
Let's see how long you can act so high and mighty. Just you wait. The city's gonna screw you over in the exact same way.
That's then, and this is now. Things changed at the drop of a hat.
Nest Migration Officer. Didn't you know Wing War participants cannot move to the nest? That seems okay.
What? But you said veterans of the war will be given first priority over moving to the nest. That's what I was told before joining the war.
Didn't you receive the notice? The terms have long since changed.
You've got to be joking. We aren't talking about some cheap giveaway. It was a promise made by a wing.
You know all there is to know. Yelling won't get you anywhere, I'm afraid.
Please, it was all to earn that migration permit. Is there really no way?
No means no, even for you. Tremendous amounts of money were involved in the agreement.
What about all the others who fought to death for the permit then? What did they die for? I won't forget this, K-Corp. K-Corp and I-Corp. No, if any of the wings dare reach out to me asking for help, why, I'll make you regret it.
You still received payment, didn't you? And next time, please avoid signing on deals without the mediation of a contract office. Well, I'm sure you're already well aware of these precautions, right?
Go fuck yourself!
No thank you. Have a nice day. You should just go kill them, Roland. You've killed many other people. Just go to the nest and kill them. Sure, the head'll send an arbiter after you, but just go fucking kill them.
I'm sorry. They won't accept Smoke War veterans in the nest. They changed their words out of nowhere.
This is no nest, but it's quite safe here, you know. It's rather romantic to be living in the so-called streets of music, too.
Still, the nest could.
And I honestly never really wanted to move to a nest. We've both seen and done the dirty deeds going on in the nest per request of the wings.
At least we wouldn't have to worry about our lives walking around in the nest. Life is more valuable there than in the back streets. And it's not just us. What about our baby? Gah.
I'm telling you, it's fine here. Who would ever want to touch our child when we're the parents?
Good point.
Come on, again with that gloomy face of the past. You finally started socializing too.
But...
Roland, it's a miracle that we even have a decent house and a family. You know how the life of a fixer usually goes. And I'm saying this just in case. No matter what happens, don't blame yourself for all of it. You know it won't be your fault.
Don't say stuff like that.
You're so obviously gonna drive yourself to the extreme if I don't say it here. Now promise.
You know, I don't make promises.
Psst.
Alright, fine. I promise. Yo, you sure about that? Alright, I'm counting on you.
Who was that just now?
Remember my old friend, Olivia?
Of course I do. He used to work at the same office as you.
He's asking me to lend a hand for a bit.
Don't tell me. Is it fixer work?
Yeah. Looks like he urgently needs a hand. Don't worry. Nothing dangerous. I just have to be there and fill the number.
And the location?
District 25.
Phew. You're going to a cold place. Remember the delicious pagion we ate there? Buy some for me when you come back.
But of course, Your Majesty. I'll be back as soon as possible. And thanks for letting me do this.
Can't have you lose one of your last few remaining friends.
I turned away from the desperation of others. My family and I came first. I cursed those who turned away from my desperation. Everyone turns away from each other's suffering and goes about their lives. Who could I dare blame in these circumstances? Each person spurts the suffering of the city trying to live, knowingly or not. Spurs the suffering of the city trying to live, knowingly or not.
Roland, you can't run all the time. I love how he's just casually looking away like, oh god, now I have to deal with this crap as well now. Question. Considering everyone keeps theorizing that Roland was a color, and there's been made mention about the Black Silence, which is what everyone is assuming Roland is, And his wife is also semi-established to be the sister of the Blue Reverberation. Was the sister also a colour? Meaning that it was the child of two colours. Just saying, just theorising. We don't know what colour she was. We don't know how many colours there are, honestly. There could be a violet and a purple. In fact, there is a purple tier. Maybe there's a violet cat or a teal something or other, you know? It doesn't have to be just the primary colours of blue, black, green, etc. I know that I have to stand this ground and try to make a living like the rest, even if I loathe this cursed world and this city. I can't do anything about it. I can't change this damn city alone. It's just how things work out. Just how things work. Knowing the truth or making up my mind won't allow me to go against the flow. No matter how furious I am about the injustice I face, I have to abandon all my pride and just accept it so I can make ends meet. The city won't change. As long as humans exist, the city will never change. It's become a part of everyone's life to hurt others for themselves to live. We can only survive in this world with our sense of shame covered in scabs and calluses. And we just get straight into the fight. Okay. However this might go, let's give it a shot. You'll know how, right? Hey, counseling doesn't work every time either. I'm not sure if this is a valid way to resolve ill feelings. You're telling me. I've never seen him so upset before. I heard a lot about this, but it still managed to throw my mind into confusion. Well, give me the power to listen. The power to solve all things with ease. Yield your wisdom. With that wisdom, I could... Alright, that's fair. What in the world could be illuminated by wisdom? People who brag about their knowledge and feel no shame of ignorance. That's you and me. Right, okay. A life where one has to be ashamed of lacking knowledge and be thankful for knowing. I don't know. Will the insight gained through wisdom really bring change? Very good question. No, you're probably the same. You just pretend to know better. Ha ha ha! I can't stop smiling. Had I thought things through more calmly, could something have changed? Perhaps, honestly. But what else could I have done? Good question. A small piece of wisdom might have changed something. Now I understand why you're the wisdom person. Give me the power to listen. The power to solve all things with ease. Have I returned back to the beginning? Yield your wisdom. With that wisdom, I could... Yeah, I've definitely returned to the beginning, okay. Okay! Gleaning Stagnancy. Every 3 scenes gains an additional speed die and uses Harvest Wisdom, a combat page that absorbs the target's combat page and recovers the user's HP on hit. If the target has no combat pages left to absorb, deals bonus damage instead. Tranquility of the Wise. If Harvest Wisdom clashes against Wisdom, the Harvester user takes 20 stagger damage at the end of the engagement. Gains 3 Feeble and Bind next scene. Cerebral Endeavor. After absorbing a page that isn't Wisdom with Harvest Wisdom, gain Strength and Endurance equal to the number of pages absorbed, and use one of the absorbed pages. Straw for Brains. At the start of the scene, all librarians who own no pages become staggered. Fair. And you also gain Bound 5 when you've got the extra dice. Corrosion, yeah. Bountiful Crop. Prioritizes the target with the most copies of Wisdom in hand. Dice gain power equal to the target's number of Wisdoms. Harvest. Uses powerful combat page every 3 scenes. Right. Okay. 4 dice, you say? Well, we each start with a page of Wisdom. So, I think the priority is to get extra pages of Wisdom. Really. You, on the other hand, have fucking crap all, Roland. So I don't even think I need to worry about you properly. In fact, I could probably just take your hits and be done with it. They are so... meh. I'm kind of debated if we want to kill the scarecrows or kill Roland, honestly. I kind of lean more towards the scarecrows, is what we want to do. But, alright, let's go. The main thing to note is making sure we get all the wisdom that we need. You know? Excellent, we've all gained a rank, and it's full thing, so I can give heart to Chesed. Perfect. Now then. Squirrel crop. Crop. Interesting. Interesting cards you got there, Roland. Alright, Chesed is giving up all his wisdom. This turn. Let's do this. Those things will logically... damn. Eventually... Really? Actually, I don't think she had any wisdom, so it's fine. Okay. Harvest. Exhaust the most expensive page in the target's hand. Recover 20 HP and inflict 5 bleed. Well, aren't you a little screw-off little bastard? Huh. It's ranged too, so I can't stop it that easily. I can only hit it with something that is pretty much guaranteed to work against it, which ironically is probably emotional turbulence. It's probably identify weak spot, because of the fact it's Chesed, so he gets +1 power per attack, meaning it's 7. So if I do that, it's 7 minimum. Then, if I do wisdom, it'll be... whatchamacallit. Alright. I think this ought to work. Roland will get staggered by the end of this round, if not him just flat out dying. Go. I forgot you were also paralyzed. Go, Roland, go. Go, everyone who isn't Roland, go. Murder Roland. Wow, did 1 damage. Now I get courage, because courage is pretty much is always guaranteed to be the next red one for some reason, and I'm giving it to you. Just to make your triple cards all the more powerful. I don't want to feel this empty and lonely feeling anymore. Understandable, sir, understandably. I clutched my empty chest and grieved, begging to have this cavity filled. Ah. I looked for things to substitute the warmth. I cut one after another, but the forest continues to grow thicker. There were always more trees to chop down. I chopped down every tree that caught my attention. Yeah, you did, didn't you? I feel cold inside. I can't do anything about it. Don't you tell me that you understand everything. You've gone cold all the same. I know I can't fill the void this way. I know it all too well. The void won't be filled. I'll only be solely reminded of this emptiness. The forest will never change. The deeper I yearn, the more trees will grow. So trees are people, obviously. Give back what you took from me. In other words, your heart, because you lost the love of your life. I don't want to feel this empty and lowly feeling anymore. Is the next one the cavity thing? I clutched my empty chest and grieved, begging to have this cavity filled. Yeah, okay, we're back to the beginning. What do the trees do? Empty chest. If the character has no warmth heart for 2 scenes, becomes staggered at the start of the next scene. Color tree with the lowest HP when recovering from stagger. Right. Dense forest. All librarians restore light to max for the duration of the phase. Oh yeah! Still not enough. Each scene targets the character with the most light. When attacking, all dice gain power equal to the amount of light the target has. Oh fuck! Wow, that is actually horrid, considering we got a lot of light characters. A warm heart. At the start of the scene, restores light equal to the amount of warm hearts. Lose 1 stack of warm heart at the end of the scene. Okay, so you're completely different from the original fight. Upon defeating another character, recover 20% of health and recover 3 stacks of warm heart. At the start of the scene, restore light by the amount of warm hearts. Has no base light regen. 1 warm heart is lost at the end of each scene. Did they completely change the woodsman fight, or is this actually what it was originally? Pieces of mind. If the amount of this status reaches 4, gain 1 warm heart next scene, and remove 4 stacks of this. 1 piece of mind is lost at the end of each scene. Okay. So, you gain dice on this page gain power equal to the amount of heart fragments on the target. The Christ is a heart fragment. So currently, the lowest amount of light you can gain is from an attack or the lowest amount of power you can gain is whatchamacallit, 6 or 5. And you do these big attacks when you have no light. This is awkward. Or do you mean by the amount of light we have, the total amount of light that we have when we start the scene? Because if that's the case, that makes things a hell of a lot easier! That's probably actually what it meant. What do the trees do? On Clash Lose, give 1 heart fragment to the target. So ignore the fucking trees. Isn't that how I won this fight last time? I think that's how I'll win it again. Thank you very much. You know, theoretically, it doesn't do the most amount of damage. I could simply ignore it. But admittedly, the main thing I want to do is a crap ton of stagger damage using you. Honestly. Alright, guys. Go and hope. Excellent. Unfortunate. Excellent. Excellent. I love to see those sorts of numbers. Ow, that's fucking bad. And that is amazing, because you just knocked off all of its remaining thing. Okay. Now we get this. Meaning that... honestly, the power is just too useful. So I'm giving the power to Chesed. Which ironically doesn't matter because you're targeting Daniel this turn. Okay. You gain +2 strength this scene. That's kinda bad, but... oh well. Okay, guys. Let's see how well this manages to work. That's bad. That's equally bad. That happens. Fuck. Fuck. If we want to win this fight, guys, we either need to be significantly more devastating, which you're clearly not doing, Okay, Madison is staggered this turn, and of course he's targeting her. Meaning, we now need to target Madison with everything that we can possibly get our grimy little mitts on. So the question is, what are the most important things for us to interact with? It doesn't have any bonus strength this turn, is another key factor. It does, however, have an annoyingly high amount of counter dice. So let's just see how those go. Whee! I forgot that mass attack would actually affect the trees. Right, it is out of counter dice, which is very nice to see. Mark is still infinitely useful. It is proving. A warm heart or oblivion. Or a road heart home. Honestly, all of them suck. Like, Warm Heart has its... can be decent, but... I'm gonna go with Warm Heart and give it to Nikolai. Nikolai is then going to disposal it. And that should be all that she writ. Yep, that's all she wrote. Okay. To home where a loving family awaits. There won't come a day when we'll all go back together. This is the only path I walk along, the road paved with golden bricks. I'll be able to meet what I've desperately wished to see if I keep following this path. Now this is the annoying fight, honestly. If I followed the randomly paved brick road, will I find it? The thing I'm looking for? Because this fight is can just insta-win. Or insta-lose. Where is home for me? Let's go. Let's go. Let's hurry along before the wait kills me. We'll make it to the end, right? No, probably not. Let's all gather up. Let us dance and skip around. Roland, shut up. Haha, that guy, that wicked guy snatched it all. Which guy? It happened all too suddenly. I couldn't do a thing as I got far away from home. Wait, what guy snatched it all? It's time to go back home now. My home that should exist somewhere. Yeah, it should. Now, shall we go back? No, because you got a lion to deal with. to home where a loving family awaits. There won't come a day when we'll all go back together. This is the only path I can walk along. The road paved with golden bricks. Did I read that one? I'll be able to meet what I've desperately wished to see if I keep following this path. I think I've read that one. I think we're now back on the loop. Okay. So, on the way home, spawns home when the phase starts. Uses a mass attack page that applies yellow brick home to librarians and two librarians. Gain strength the amount of times road home was attacked this scene. Friends, let's go home. On the second scene, use this friends, let's go home. Targeting home and the librarians hit by the yellow brick road. You gosh darn wizard, blah 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 blah. It's the exact same goddamn fight. You fought it before me. The main thing, which we basically need to do, is save up our attacks. You know? For when we can make sure they're going to lose. Wait, disposal gets cheaper and cheaper every time you use it? Seriously? I didn't realize that. Alright, guys. Let's go. Hopefully, considering we have significantly more powerful cards than we did before, it's not impossible for us to actually properly, whatchamacallit, survive the yellow brick road home. Assuming people don't get staggered in the process, though. That will be a key factor. Right. Walked home together. What the hell is that? I've never seen that ability. This is basically the round, though, in which this team can just decimate the road home. Just bloody decimate her. Chesed can quite frankly take those 2 hits, even if they do get +5 power, because he's got 3 protection and is endured versus slashing in both ways. Our biggest problem right now, if anything, is whatchamacallit. Yeah, see, that did nothing. +5 power, who gives a damn? Okay. Who are you attacking this time? Chesed again, which is amazing. Keep attacking Chesed. That's what we like to see. Quite honestly, this phase, we just use as few cards as possible in order to make sure we keep our resources up high to do what we need to do with them. Okay. Everything is being countered by things it should be able to counter. If you get staggered, you don't care this scene. Did nothing. Did nothing. Also did nothing. Perfect. Perfect block both ways. I also see you are actually immune to damage now, Mr. Lion, which you weren't before, which is kind of funny to me. Ow, that's annoying. Okay then. Now, you're attacking his slowest card, so 3. And you are attacking that card, so there. Oh, you're only attacking Chesed. Do I want Chesed to just tank that because he fucking can? Better than these lot can, at least. I mean, if I'm going to do that, I might as well have you do a ready up in exchange. Do I actually want to intercept you? I should intercept one of them, at least. There. That'll do to intercept one of them. Go. Now let's hope I did things right. That's 1 done right. That's 2 done right. Perfect. Right, the final attack. Oh, now you're doing the summation, are you? Well, I'm very glad I checked for that then. Cairo. You are always the problematic one when I did this before. So let's work out your minimum and maximums, shall we? Let's see. 7 and 10. 7 plus 2 endurance. 9. Plus 5 plus 5 plus 1 both times, meaning 19. You have a minimum of 19 using that ability. This one is much less. You have to use concentration. I could use disposal just to guarantee it works. Ooh, interesting thought processing. You can't fail. You can't fail. I don't think Chesed can fail either. It's you. Because you have the least strength and enduring out of everyone. What is your minimum with this? 18. 18 is the minimum. The absolute goddamn minimum. And that's assuming... Now the question is, if I attack you using this and that thing gains +2 power, is it worth it just to get the mark on it, just to confirm its death? Answer, probably. Probably. Your minimum is 21. Your minimum is 22. Your minimum is something like 23. Yours is 18 and yours is 19. So 2 of you can fail. Please don't. Please don't. That's all there is to it. Okay, guys, go. Thank you. Fuck. Someone actually getting staggered was probably one of the least things that we needed to happen. Alright, Powder of Life. Excellent. Apparently that can proc on everyone, which makes it very, very important. Right. Alertness, you say? Get down, Mr. Goddamn President. You know, just having these 2 tanks works out quite well in the long run for these things. You know? Especially if they do 2 actions each turn, which is gain charge and then lose charge. Because it just gives them bonus stats. Alright. Go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good. Also excellent. I don't think I'm going to need to hard rehearsal. Disposal. Glorious. Right. I remember this fight. It wasn't that long ago. The thing is, you want to Oblivion Daniel, do you? Daniel is probably one of the least important people. So go ahead and Oblivion him. No, wait. Cairo is probably one of the least important people. Because while he does all the stagger damage, it is also a case of, well, go. I was gonna say being hit by that doesn't actually matter, but... Madeline and Daniel are our tanks, who tank everything up and basically just go, get down, Mr. President, and all that. I should probably actually read these. Seeking vengeance for the hatred by myself. Why did he have to rob me of all my world? I don't want to live a life of being thieved any longer. Are you talking about the guy who denied you your place in the nest? Before it comes for me again, I have to act first, or else. They have to experience the same, the forlornness of forgetting and losing everything. Please send me back to the place where my beloved is. Alright. I can do little more than just exist. This despair won't ever leave me. I won't ever be able to return. Why should I have to be the one that seeks forgiveness? Yeah, that's a good question. Because you killed 1,000 people? I don't want to lose something yet again. I don't even have much left. The only thing I have left is hatred towards what made me this way. You might want to lose that. I may be in awful shape, but there's no need for you to pity me. Maybe a little. Seeking vengeance for that hatred by myself. Okay. Why did he have to rob me of all my world? Good question. I don't want to live a life of being thieved any longer. I definitely read that line. Before it comes for me again, I have to act first, or else. I don't remember that line. They have to experience the same. The forlorn. Okay, I remember that line. Alright, first up, maybe Daniel was a bad choice for this. Second up, we've got plenty of dice, so this shouldn't actually be that much of an issue to deal with either. I just have to tank all these. You can just take the shot that's on her. You have 4 protected. You can just take the shot. And you have 4 protected. You can just take the shot too. Okay. So, you're doing Oblivion on 3 targets. You're tanking that target, you're tanking that target, you're tanking that target, and you're tanking that target as well as her shot, because then you can ready up with everyone. Okay, guys, go! It's not you! For you! It is you! Which is the one with haste. The one with haste is the real one. This one. That's the real one. Okay. I like how you're using ranged attacks in this one, unlike the previous one. I am just so tempted to eradicate them, you know? Let's see. If you hit with that, you will deal 12 stagger damage to us. Do I want someone with lots of stagger to tank it, or someone with no stagger to tank it? So that they get staggered and thus get to full again. I'm probably going to go with someone with lots of stagger. Okay, guys. This should be all that she asked. Go. Good blocking, Daniel. I forgot to attack Ozma this round with you, so that he gets the whatchamacallit. Okay, perfect. Mass attack? Hold on, how... You use a mass attack and all individual power gate, all whatchamacallit becomes fatal. Okay. It's all bludgeoning too, which is awkward. Definitely a scene I should try and use everything. But, in the end, it's probably... He's gonna get staggered even if I don't kill him. So, yeah. Go. Excellent. Ouch. Okay, Madeline got staggered this turn. Meaning she will be able to recover from the stagger next turn. Because like I say, even if we don't kill you, you are staggered. Meaning that you can just disposal her and she will more than likely just be dead. But you know, just in case. Okay. Go. 110, 111 damage. Subtle. Okay, that's deceptive. Nothing is as deceptive as evident truth. Clearly! I'll cast a spell that will make everyone happy. Will you now? Oh, we just fully healed and fully staggered healed as well. Okay. Poor suffering of straw. I'll give you the wisdom to ponder over anything. Do you think jabbering away with your oh-so-smart mouth is all that matters? That's rude! That is really rude! Tin Cold Woodsman, I'll give you the heart to forgive and love anyone. Okay. Who do you possibly expect to understand with that ice-cold heart of yours? Alright. Cowardly Kitten, I'll give you the courage to stand up to anything and everything. But... what are you even going to do when you lack the bravery to face anything head-on? You seem like yin and yang right now. Last of all, road that is lost, I will send you home. What are you fighting for so fiercely when you have nowhere to go back to? Huh. I simply gave you what you wanted. Did you? Did you really? I can't let it go. I can't give up what is mine. You mean the throne? Nothing is as deceptive as evident truth. Okay. The Wizard's Trial. 5 phases play out in a set order. If all 5 phases have been passed, proceed to the anger phase. Is immune to stagger damage before the road home's phase starts. Is immune to physical damage before the anger phase starts. The trial commences. When the phase begins, dead librarians come back to life with full HP. Add 5 special combat pages to the hand of all librarians. The following phases can be overcome using their special powers. Alright. Welcoming salutations. So clearly I meant to counter that using one of these. Or something. Okay, these give me each of the various status effects. So this is kind of like the magical girl fight from the look of it, in that we need to become the characters. So, first up, let's get what we need in order to avoid the mass attack. Oh, so just using the page decides that they're the character. Oh, okay. So, let's just decide everyone to become a character then. So what do each of these do then? After dealing 30 or more damage to enemies in the single phase during this character's phase, fully restore light of all allies, including self. Fuck, that should have belonged to Netzach. Up to Chesed. Scarecrow searching for wisdom. When this character's phase starts, adds a copy of wisdom and four special combat pages to hand, and increase the number of speed dice to 5. If failed to restore all librarians to their original forms by the end of the phase, reduce the number of speed dice to 1. Ozma. Add a copy of Punctify and 3 special combat pages to hand. Okay. The cost of Punctify is reduced to 0 when this character's phase starts, and one speed die becomes the fastest. When this character's phase starts, a copy of Courage is added to hand, increase the number of speed dice to 5. Add 4 special combat pages to hand. On play, target ally recovers 20 HP. So you're now the support character. Noted. Help me, Jack. Offensive die of other allies gain +2 power this scene. Okay. Alright, I'm kind of interested how this is going to go then. So let's just see. No one took damage. That's cool. I was right. You can't actually take damage, meaning I can't deal damage with the whatchamacallit. The woodsman yet. Okay. Now, what is this? Emerald Crystal. I have no idea what's going on. Oh, it's actually telling me. Show me the warmth. Show me warmth. Show me your warm heart. Limits the amount of light of all librarians other than the one with the woodsman status. If all emerald crystals are destroyed within 2 scenes, proceed to the scarecrow's phase. Next phase. How hollow a heart. If the emerald crystals are not destroyed within 2 scenes, a mass attack page is used before proceeding to the next phase. Okay. Right. Let's see how this goes then. Excellent job. Excellent. Also brilliant. That is why I have the stagger character. And I don't think it particularly mattered who attacked each emerald. Really. It survived with 1 goddamn HP. Behave yourself. That's quite a significant attack. Okay, guys. Let's go. We will not behave ourselves. You can go screw yourself. That's how the logic works, right? Well, you're now bleeding, but whatever. You've got a way to heal. It's fine. And you kill that just so that you get the cheat cards. Okay, what's this? Show me your wisdom. Turn all librarians other than the one with the scarecrow status into shining statues. A copy of wisdom and 4 special combat pages are added to the scarecrow's hand. Proceed to the... What? On play, can see through the other's forms. If not restored to their true form until the end of the scene... What worthless wisdom? If the librarians aren't restored to their true forms by the end of the scene, reduce the number of speed die the Okay. So... I do that. Then you're the warm-hearted huntsman. You are Ozma. This isn't you. What's that called? Find your warmth. Here, kitty kitty. And get back on path. And then you can energy conversion him just to get some energy back. So, this should work, right? Oh, you're still saying the same things. I thought you said something different then. So, restored, 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 and give me some energy. Well, that looks fun. Courage. Gain courage for 2 scenes. Purge all feeble, disarm, and fragile from self. Gain 5 strength and haste. Show me your courage. Inflict all librarians with 10 feeble, disarm, and fragile for 2 scenes. If all scowling faces are defeated, proceed to the road home's face. 'Twas certain of a catly cowardice. If a librarian other than the one with the cat status gets hit, the cat librarian is inflicted with 5 feeble and disarm until the end of battle. Oh dear God! Instantly kill if they don't have courage? What the hell is that BS? I love how you're not meant to cost 0 yet, but I have made you cost 0 because of the heart effect. That is hilarious to me. Alright, let's see. Let's start off with probably the stupidest part of all. Whee! The fact that actually worked. Go, Mr. Courage the Lion. Kill. Okay. Poor stuffing of straw. I'll give you the wisdom to ponder over anything. How did I not read that? What could you do? Upon becoming staggered, proceed to the anger phase. Follow it in the following scene. So now we just need to stagger you, is what I'm hearing. Oh. Guess who specialized in that? I just realized you still have 11 strength because of the courage crap. Wow. Maybe you should be the one tanking everything right now. Reduce cost to 0 in anger phase if the mass attack of the adult who tells lies is nullified. Turn the target into a pumpkin. So that's what he needs to focus into doing. That's what I need to keep that card ready for. Alright, guys. Go! We're perfectly fine. I welcome you to hell. I hope you enjoy the trip. It's quite a long way down. I just realized you can't actually take damage yet. I did all those attacks for goddamn nothing. Crap. Well, this is going to be a long phase of just waiting for all the attacks to play out when they can't even be damaged yet. I just wasted an uncanny strike. That feels bad. That feels so bad, you know? Alright. Alright. False Throne. Angered. If the character's HP reaches 0 or is transformed into a different being, the battle is won. Okay. It would help if I could see this properly. On use, inflict 10 feeble and disarm next scene. Playtime is over. 40... Alright, I'm guessing now is when I have to pumpkify, right? Because that is the only conclusion I can come up to. What just happened to my card? Can that stop bloody blinking like that? I don't know what's going on, so... Oh, okay, we just won because I just did that. Fair enough, then. I just pumpkinified him, and kablooey, he's dead. I got worried for him. I got worried for nothing, then. I thought I had fucked up. Well, okay, then. Good to know. What do I get from this, at the very least? Emerald. Add an emerald page to hand. Cost 5. On play. Target enemy. Cancel 2 random combat pages on target speed die. Okay. Recover 1 light for each successful hit on target this scene. Up to twice. This page is also included in the deck at subsequent acts. The main thing I note of that is that it doesn't exhaust, making that an exceptionally powerful card. False Present. Librarians randomly gain one of the following: Liquid Courage, Silk Sack of Sawdust, Heart of Lead, Home That Cannot Be Reached, and Transformation. No effect is given to the two librarians at once. The effect persists for the rest of the reception. Okay. Magic Trick. Add a Magic Trick page to hand. Cost 4. On play. Reduce cost of all cards in hand to 0. Their original cost is reset to the value before this effect was applied on use. The page is also included in a subsequent act. Again, doesn't look like it exhausts, making that exceptionally powerful. Especially for a deck that's just like have maximum amount of cards in your hand at once. Those are all... I don't know what the status effects do, but all of those seem very, 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 very powerful. Thank you. Ooh, and now we get this. Harvest. It's not showing me the card effects. I swear the interface can get a little buggy at times. Oh well, we'll look at them afterwards.
Oh, sorrow. I have ended, you see, by respecting you. Because I am certain you will never leave me.
There was a time when I would dismiss my shame and run from it. I made up spurious lies to comfort myself.
A runaway couldn't be anything more than a runaway. I could never escape from the stigma I branded on myself. The shame I felt from things that were out of my hand. It's inescapable, even for me.
I don't attribute the suffering of some strangers to myself. That's that, and this is this. Some things just can't be helped.
Sure, let's say that they were. And there'll still be more things that are inevitable in the future. Maybe we can't change the things that are considered normal right away. Even then, we'll know shame at the very least. Simply knowing shame in this society will simply knowing shame in this society we're part of will change a lot of things.
Just by knowing? There's no strength to get things done.
Roland, the fact...
Ahem, me. This is not an emotional moment for someone like myself. Did I just try and cough up? Just try and tear up then? What is wrong with me? It's probably the music. Chesede's music does that. It's because it's so awesome.
Roland, the fact that one knows is sufficient. It might get shelved deep in the back of the mind because life keeps you busy. But it can always be pulled back into the light, as long as you have the will. And when you bring it back up, it doesn't have to be only one time. If you can do it time and time again, neither you nor this city, no one could look down on the power it can create.
Shame, huh? The humiliation that I took part in perpetuating the pain of the city.
That's what I think, anyway.
I get what you're trying to say, I admit it. Yeah, it's certainly true. Most aren't even aware what they're doing.
You really understand me? I'm touched.
Thanks for the coffee.
You're always welcome.
I've got a thing there? Well, clearly I have to watch that before we end the episode, but let's see what these do. Give +2 power for every living ally. So, potentially +8. So that turns from 15 to 25 to 23, 33. Making that a very powerful ranged attack. Isn't that more powerful than Malkuth's Hornet? Yes, basically. Probably not on the same level as Solemn Lamet, but nothing can be on that level. Lumber. On Clash Win, last die gains +2 power. On Clash Win, last die gains +2 power. Yada, yada, yada. So that goes from... So that 6 turns into a 12. Most importantly, it's got 4 dice, which innately makes it exceptionally powerful. Homing Instinct, Mass Attack, Individual. Okay, that's a high number for individual. If the attack hits at least once, all other allies restore 2 light at the end of the scene. Whoa, that's a nice effect. And it's just if it hits once, meaning that you can guarantee it hitting one person. Yeah, that's nice. Faded Memories, Mass Attack, Individual, Individual. If the attack hits at least once, all allies draw 1 page. If the attack hit at least once, all allies draw 1 page. Wow, there's a lot of support within... There is a lot of teamwork meshing support power within Chesed's Floor, which kind of makes entirely... all the sense in the world, considering first the abnormalities being the Wizard of Oz and all the friendship and all that. Friendship is power! And being anime and all that. And then Chesed just being Chesed because he liked everyone. False Throne. On Mass Attack. On use. Next scene. Resurrect all dead allies that have died this act for 1 scene. The revived allies have 4 light, and all statuses other than the emotion level are reset. Characters cannot be revived twice by this effect. Now I understand why it is such an expensive card. Jesus Christ. That is an effect. Wow. You have some of the best ego gifts I've seen in this game. Dear God, she said, I think you may become my favorite team with that power.
let's just watch this then. Hey Nedzak, we've got a question. Oh, Gabara and Roland are here too. What are you guys all doing about like this? Probably drinking. It's obvious they're slacking off. And what's with all this alcohol? Get it together. Look at what mess that hopeless drunkard has created. Sup, Tibereth? I'm not in the mood to greet you back. I'm sure Angela wouldn't like it when this reaches her ears,
She brought us to the book that one time, true.
I was having a light chat with Netzak. Then this black suit snuck in.
I was just here for a drink, that's it. Anyway, did you all make an appointment to meet here or something? That's a lot of folks coming to this floor at once. Aren't you popular, Nez?
I'd never be up for drinking meetings, especially if it's with Netzak.
What's wrong with Netzak? Netzak's fun.
He's a depressed drunkard, but he's fun.
And also he's got a very good head on his shoulders in this game, once he's been sorted out.
I'm here because Tibereth said she had something she wanted to ask. Then just ask the question and go. Like you'd give a coherent answer in that state. Forget it, I'll just ask another time. Gosh, the stench of alcohol is everywhere. Stop drinking so much. Even the books will stink at this rate. That hurts. Stop hitting. Oh no, Gabara. You shouldn't smoke in a place like this. Other librarians are walking by. Zip it. Chesed is right. Smoking on top of the books is a bad idea. This spot is full of wood.
Alcohol-drenched wood! Even more so! Burn the library alight!
I don't know if the books can catch fire here, but it doesn't look very good. Okay.
She seems to be more open to Tiff's words than yours.
I'm used to it. Hey, it's not like we get to gather up like this often. Why don't you guys have some drinks before you leave? You're so wearisome. You're never, ever gonna see me drinking with you. I was just starting to warm up to you, but now I'm starting to take a dislike again. Maybe replacing you really was the best option.
You know, I really think, after seeing this, I kind of really nailed the interaction between Tibereth and Netzak during this year's Christmas song. In my Library of Ruina Christmas song, which if you haven't seen, go watch it. I put a lot of effort into that. It took me goddamn 24 hours to make, approximately. Jesus Christ.
Harsh words, man. Don't mind it too much, Nezzy. She doesn't sincerely mean it. We have things left to do upstairs. Thanks for the offer, but no thanks. I can hear you shouting all the way downstairs. What is this ruckus about?
Nothing much. Just reinforcing our bonds.
That's why there's beer cans all over the floor. What are you two doing together? I was asked to find a book he needs. I figured that a book on the floor of language would make good supplementary material, so we were heading up. Oh, is that so? Guess I should vamoose. Appreciate the drinks, Netzak. The story you told was interesting too. So Yesod, what's the book you want? She didn't scold us like last time. She didn't scold us this time, even. Oh, I'd have loved to see that.
Well, that was fun at the very least. Well, everyone, it looks like I'm all out of time for today's episode, so thank you all for watching. I've been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell
good day, and finally, good night.